Mass Effect it is. Alright, so let us see. Well, let's just see how badly they're gonna fuck this up, shall we? Because it's being done by Amazon. Amazon doesn't exactly have a great record these days of being loyal to established IPs. Yeah. Alright, let's just see how bad this is gonna get.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I'm going to be totally honest. I do not have experience making major television shows. I know that is really shocking news.
Red, you've been lying to us this whole time? Seriously, Red, you made it seem like you were the brain champion of all things entertainment. You were supposed to have experience with us, and now you're telling us you've never made a TV show. Lies! My life is now full of lies!
But what I do have is some common sense. And I think anybody with common sense understands what I'm about to say to you. If you are producing a form of media, if you want to succeed, you should appeal to your target audience.
True.
So many times these days, we see television shows, video games, movies, what have you, produced with the non-target audience in mind. And that...
Like Lord of the Rings, maybe? Like Fallout, like, did okay. It did kind of cater to the Fallout fans when they did Fallout, but I still heard plenty of criticisms. A lot of people I've heard didn't like Season 2, generally speaking. Season 1 was received pretty well, but Season 2 didn't do great. And then you have the Wheel of Time debacle. The Wheel, like, I've heard a lot of people, like, hated Wheel of Time. And that was, that was based on a pre-existing franchise. You've got, God help us all, the Rings of Power. Starfleet Academy was not Prime. Starfleet Academy was Paramount, not Prime. Prime did Rings of Power, and we all know how that fucking happened. There's no way. Not Wheel of Time. Okay, I'm getting the title walk. There was a series made on Prime. It was based on a book. Not Wheel of Time. It wasn't Wheel of Time. Oh God, no, not Willow. That was Disney. Fuck, I can't remember. I can't remember. Now I can't remember what it was. Anyway, but yeah, it's like Rings of Power is another one. That's a totally different one I was thinking of. But he doesn't have a good track record. Amazon, when it comes to adaptations, Amazon does not have a good track record. It has more downs than it has ups. And so a lot of people do not have faith in Amazon being able to port an existing franchise onto its network.
seems to be the approach Amazon is having for their Mass Effect TV series.
Amazon did do Wheel of Time and it was trash.
Okay.
It was altered
So
too much.
I was right.
So much so we refused to watch it.
Okay, so so I was thinking of that. So they did do Wheel of Time series. And I heard it was bad. I never saw it, but I did absolutely hear it was bad. Last of Us was Last of Us Prime? I thought Last of Us wasn't Last of Us Netflix, not Prime? This is just Amazon we're talking about. It's Amazon kisses the proverbial ass the SRs. Look, that's it exactly. Last of Us was HBO. That's right. The Halo TV show. Oh God, was Halo Prime? Was Halo Prime or HBO? Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, you're right. Halo's. God, I'm getting I don't watch any of these, so I'm getting the networks all fucked up on who is making what. The fact is, no streaming service. There has yet to be a streaming service that has been able to port over a video game franchise into like quote unquote TV series format, and for it to be like really successful. Fallout did okay for its first season, but it didn't do gangbusters. And like that's okay. Well, One Piece is anime. That's something totally different. They like no studio has been able to work a video game into a TV series and for it to work. They have not been able to do it. They flat out can't. And no, maybe that should be a sign to these people.
Is having for their Mass Effect TV series. This is a real headline, ladies and gentlemen. Mass Effect TV show ordered to rewrite scripts and make them more appealing to non-gamers. And this is a quote coming right from the production team. So this is real, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to make a Mass Effect TV show and rewrite the entire script to appeal to non-gamers. This is crazy.
So, know what? So basically, they're going to rewrite the script to quote-unquote make it more appealing to non-gamers, and nobody's going to watch it. So rewrite it, and by the way, rewrite it to make it appealing for quote-unquote non-gamers means, yes, DEI the fuck out of it. Put a chick in it and make her lame and gay. They are writing it for the mythical modern audience SJRs who are not going to watch it. These network heads, like, they need to get it through their fucking skulls that if you're going to port over a beloved video game franchise, the only people that are going to give a fuck about it are gamers. The normies will not fucking care. They won't. They're gonna go, okay, it's another space thing. Who fucking cares? The only ones that are gonna look at this with anticipation is gamers. Those are the only ones that are gonna care. Which, by the way, is not a small audience. Gamers would make up a substantial audience, but no, they've got to make it for the mythical, non-existent modern audience. They're not going to show up, and then Amazon's gonna, and, the studio and the actors are gonna blame the chuds and the racists and the misogynists and the istophobes and say we didn't fail, the fans failed us. Because they'll take no accountability for their actions. They're not going to take any, they're not going to take any ownership of making probably one of the dumbest fucking decisions in terms of script writing.
This is literally like reworking how you make a steak to appeal to vegetarians. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like they're literally trying everything in their power to make sure this TV series is going to flop. This is
yeah, like you guys are saying, I paused a lot, I don't care. Like you guys are saying, Mass Effect is literally tailor-made for the quote-unquote modern audience. You get your non-white people in, you get your gay romances in, especially if you have femshep, which guaranteed everybody wants femshep as Shepard in this show versus the male Shepard. Everybody wants femshep. You can have the hot lesbian romance, which gamers are all fucking about. Like, literally, this is a series that is kind of tailor-made for the fucking DEI crowd. That's the fucking crazy part. If they wrote this show the way the game played out, it would actually appeal not only to the gaming audiences, it would appeal to their mythical modern audience that won't show up in the first place anyway. If they just stuck with the original writing. That's the crazy part. And Gramps, thank you for the gifted.
A recipe for disaster. This looks like the modern audience. Whatever label you want to attach to it, it's not good. They are focusing on anything but their actual target audience, which is gamers. You would think, right?
Well, they don't care about male chef winning over all the women.
Sharing this headline, and you can see there are people out there, sentient human beings, who are defending this, saying gamers are so entitled, stay true to the source. equals make it for the 12 people who beat the Legendary Edition on Insanity. Just make it a generic space soap opera and let normal people enjoy it. Cope harder, nerds.
Hey, Abdul, the nerds are coping. This is the funny part. People like this are like, oh, cope harder, nerds. Then the nerds you're attacking don't fucking care. The nerds will look at this. If they change it, and so it's basically not Mass Effect, they'll literally just go, it's not Mass Effect, not watching it. You know who's going to be coping hard? That would be the studio. That would be the actors when they dumped like $50+ million into this show. Probably more. My guess is this is probably going to be a $10 million per episode show. They're going to be the ones coping when they put out absolute dog shit, and then they start screeching, why's nobody watching our $10 million per episode show? It's a popular video game franchise. Why is no one watching our show? Yeah, those are the ones that are going to be coping. Because gamers will just go, this is shit. I'm not spending money to watch it. Have a nice day. I will literally just go play the original game and watch the cinematics for that. It's like that, like, make it for the 12 people who beat the Legendary Edition on Insanity, which, by the way, I'm guessing that's not even a level. So, yeah, way to showcase that you have no fucking clue about gamers. And guess what? Gamers make up a massive. Is it real? Okay, is it Legendary on Sandy's? Okay, so they got that right. Ooh, okay, a broken clock is right twice a day. But 12 people made it for 12 people? Really? Mass Effect, one of the most beloved gaming franchises in gaming history. And you think that, oh, there's only going to be 12 people that would be interested in a good Mass Effect show? Are you fucking stupid? Like, seriously. You're, Somatus Beaver PFP with your ninja emoji. Actually, I'm legit. Okay, I'm legit curious now. I'm legit curious. Web3 Prince. Okay, I need to find this guy. Hang on. I've got to find this guy. Hang on. At Web3 Prince 2. Okay, let me see. He's a shit poster. Okay. So he is a shit poster. Anybody want to take a guess where he's from? And anybody want to take a guess where this guy's from? So is this him? Shit poster with a cuck chair in his bio. Let's see where he's from. Account based in Africa. Yeah. Joined in 2024, got the blue checkmark 2026. 4 username changes since 2020. 4 username changes. Account based on Africa. Gee. Yeah, like anybody gives a shit what this guy thinks. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so basically, he's saying this because he's trying to cause problems. Yeah, it could be a bot farm. Yeah, absolutely could be a bot farm. This actually kind of does maybe read a little bit like a bot farm, where it's like, just make it a generic space opera and let normal people enjoy it. Yeah, that does kind of read like a bot farm. Maybe rage baiting.
Yes, these people walk among us, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, as you can see, not everybody's impressed by this. You can see this quote saying, Amazon TV, don't write this game-based television show for its fan base. TV show flops. Kotaku, here are 5 reasons why bigot gamers caused Mass Effect's sudden cancellation, which really is not.
That's exactly how it's going to play out. They're not going to write it for the gamers. The gamers are going to go, the gamers are going to either say this sucks ass or they're not going to bother watching. It's going to be dead on arrival. They're going to lose tens of millions of dollars on it. And then Kotaku is going to put out a Pikachu shock face article like, how could this possibly have been canceled? And their 5 reasons why are all, why bigot gamers, there are 5 reasons why it's going to be blaming gamers for not tuning in for their quote-unquote beloved franchise.
Far-fetched. I can easily see Kotaku and the usual suspects making a headline like that. We just saw it with Starfleet Academy. You know, the modern audience was the focus
Shep
of
is in it. The
that
Mary Sue will
series,
write
and,
about it.
well, they got the modern audience results. Nobody watched it, and now it's getting canceled. But who did they blame? Oh, they blamed the right-wingers, the anti-woke people, YouTubers, critics in general, but never themselves or the people who actually created the show.
VTubers.
And this meme, well, it's panning out already. Okay, there was already some concerns about the Mass Effect TV series, but a lot of them were more niche, especially for people who are really invested in that IP. But this is something that went from some little concerns to a full-fledged red flag. Okay, Amazon is basically doing everything in their power to ruin any chance this TV show has at succeeding. And you can see some of the comments here, made for modern audience slop incoming with Mass Effect, a galaxy of inclusion. You know what? I would say this is ridiculous, but is it really?
The fucking Shep they put in the front, they made her black, put a Rick Pump jumpsuit on her, and did the black lines at her fist. Oh god, I could actually see them doing something like this. I legit could see them doing something like this. You got the fat tub of shit right here 3 times. Whoever did this AI poster, I love it. They literally replicated the fat fucker 3 goddamn times. And they made him fatter and fatter. Look, you've got regular fat, then you have obese +2, and then you have, holy fuck, this man has his own gravitational pull. Oh my god! This is so fucking true! This is so, they're gonna pronoun this shit. Like, one of these things is gonna be, like, multiple, like, the aliens are probably gonna be non-binary, so the aliens in this show are probably gonna be they fucking thens. And it's like, what you had, like, this is the insane part. They literally had a game that was made for their dumb fucking SJRs. Like, Mass Effect literally had DEI built into it before DEI became a thing. All they had to do was write the show the same as the game. They would literally please everybody. I know that they're just saying, like, you cannot please everybody, but seriously, with Mass Effect, if they kept the original story and characters, you literally would have a franchise that would literally please fucking everybody. It has all the fucking check boxes, with the exception of the fat fuckers. Okay, so we're not gonna have a fat fuck in the show. Fucking whack. But you're gonna have the diverse cast of white and non-white people in equal amounts. You can have the girl boss with Fem Shep. You can have the lesbian relationships with Fem Shep and God knows how many of these characters. You could have the fucking disabled person with and stuck. I forget his name. Well, chat, help me out. I forget his fucking name. Joker, thank you. Yes, you'll have your disabled inclusion with Joker. Like, this is literally a win. As is on every fucking level. Every fucking level. This could have been a win if they kept it the way it was originally written in the game. But it's not good enough because they had to just DEI bridge the fuck out of this.
That far-fetched. Is something like this really that far out of reach for the capabilities of these producers these days? No, it's not, sadly. All I see when I read this put a
Yep.
chick in it and make her gay and lame. Many such
Yep.
cases. They're going to make everyone black, gay, and disabled, aren't they?
Yep.
I
Yes, they
guess it's for
are.
people who watched the Fallout show who never played Fallout. Many such
Yep.
cases.
There we
We
go.
all know how this is going to end, don't we?
Yes,
A
we
big pile
do.
of crap. That SpongeBob meme. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Apparently not enough. This has happened so many times. Nobody's learning this lesson. It should be obvious. Again,
No, they're not.
if you are anyone with a semblance of common sense, you would understand that appealing to your non-target audience is a recipe for disaster. But hey, apparently that is a very hard thing to.
You know what this is gonna do? When this show comes out, if it doesn't get canceled before it ever comes out, if Amazon does not pull the plug on this, you know what's gonna end up happening? No one's gonna watch it. Reviewers will watch it. You'll see reviewers like Nerdrotic, Drinker, Disparu, As, Geeks and Gamers, Joe, Angry Joe. They'll review it. They're gonna rip it apart. They'll show they'll show the clips from it. They'll rip it apart completely. And you know what's gonna end up happening? You're gonna have a whole lot of streamers that are gonna fire up Mass Effect 1 on their streams just so they can watch the cutscenes. And they'll play Mass Effect 1 and they'll say, here's actual Mass Effect. Full cut with full cutscenes, the way we love it. So this is going to be a big boon for streamers that play Mass Effect 1. That they will Clownfish, of course. I've got Clownfish. How can I forget Clownfish? Yeah, but this is going to be a money maker for streamers because they can just pop at Mass Effect 1, play Mass Effect, and people will tune into their streams to watch the OG while the Amazon show crashes and fucking burns.
Grasp for these producers. More appealing to non-gamers. It's going to be some woke BS now, isn't it? Dead on arrival.
Yep.
Here is another quote saying this. This will be a surefire success, just like how the Halo show appealed to non-Halo fans, and the Fallout show appealed to non-Fallout fans, and the Lord of the Rings show appealed to non-Lord of the Ring fans, and the Witcher show appealed to non-Witcher fans. And
oh, okay. Well, the Witcher show did good for season 1. The Witcher show, the Witcher series was actually good for season 1. Starting with season 2, they fucked up. So for actual fans of the show, only season 1 exists. No other seasons exist for the Witcher show. Because I saw the first season. First season was good. First season was good. And not strictly because of Henry Cavill. The first season of Witcher was good because of Henry Cavill, but because they also stuck closely to the source material in terms of style and dialogue. They kept close to the source material, both of the games and the original books. And it worked. It felt like a Witcher series, even if you didn't recognize the plot from any of the games or anything. Then you get to season 2 and you started seeing less and less of The Witcher. So Henry Cavill literally became third build in his own show. Starting with season 2. And that's where it fell off. The writing went off a fucking cliff.
The Devil May Cry, yeah, you get the point. Okay, we have seen this happen time and time again. I think the most obvious example out of all of that is the Halo show, where the showrunner came out and said, we didn't look at the game.
No
and obviously,
shit.
I think the most blatant example of that in the Paramount show, I believe it was Paramount, was the unmasking of Master Chief. I mean, anyone who cared about Halo felt...
Well, not only the unmasking. From everything that I heard, Master Chief was not Master Chief. Master Chief was Master Chief for about 30 seconds in the last episode, and it wasn't even Master Chief. It was Cortana taking over. Master Chief was basically dead. From what I've heard in descriptions of this, the end of the season, Master Chief was dead. Cortana had taken over the suit and taken him over, and basically when Master Chief was actually being a badass Master Chief, that was actually just Cortana. It wasn't even Master Chief. This was not a Halo show. This was not Master Chief. the entire time. He was never Master Chief.
To their knees from that moment alone. That was a complete betrayal of
Wait. Oh my God. Hold up. Wait. The director of the new Harry Potter series admitted to never reading the books? What the fuck? Well, as if we did not expect the show to suck already. Yeah, see this is the problem when you hire people to do any ported over existing franchise, and they say we saw this with Marvel, that they don't bother even looking at the source material, and they're making a show based on source material that is beloved. They say fuck it, we're not even going to look at the source material, and then they're making a show and they go Pikachu shot face that it flops and people hate it and they lose tens of millions of dollars. This is why Marvel was doing it too, where with Multiverse of Madness was basically all coming off the heels of WandaVision, and the director, it was the writers of Multiverse of Madness were not. It's not that they didn't want to. The writers of Multiverse of Madness were not allowed to look at WandaVision, either the show or the scripts or anything. So they had to write Wanda in Multiverse of Madness with no context of how she was coming off of WandaVision, which in and of itself was fucking stupid as hell. But like, this is like, seriously, it is mind-boggling that the people behind these shows are so fucking stupid and are so surprised when their shows utterly bomb and the studio leaves tens of millions of dollars. They keep doing the same goddamn thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome when it's always the same. What's the definition of insanity again? Gee, I wonder.
Knees from that moment alone. That was a complete betrayal of everything the games stood for. But that's happening again here. If you
it
want
is because
to
they have an
appeal
ideology
to
push.
anyone but the target audience, you are making a huge mistake. Here's someone posting a Freerin meme here saying, "Can you believe it? I almost threw up reading that." I mean, basically, to put that in the Freerin context, it'd be like when they announced the anime adaptation, they'd be like, "Oh, you know what? The manga, the source material, the people who enjoyed that, they're not the focus. Let's focus on the non-manga or light novel fans. Let's focus on people who don't care about anime. Let's do that route." You'd be called stupid. And that's the same thing here.
And
this
you
is
are.
a very stupid decision. But again, that is obvious to anyone with a semblance of common sense. In quotes here, executive requests gold turned into poo to appeal to poo eaters. End quotes. Many such cases. Yeah. How does that keep backfiring? I really don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another quote saying, "These people cannot get out of their own way. Mass Effect is designed to be cinematic and story-driven. You can easily adapt the story. It's not inherently tied to video games. They would know this if they played the effing games." Well, it seems like they don't want to play the games, and they don't even want to appeal to the people who do, which is just crazy. Here's someone with a solution, though. A non-gamer Mass Effect show. The Geth Hive Mind. "You cannot stop our wokeness." Liara, played by a white woman with no makeup or prosthetics. Shepard, "How do we stop them?" Shepard, "I know a way, hold on." Hits a big button labeled "Vote for Trump." Critic score, 3%. Audience score, 88%. Don't put it past anyone that could be a reality, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this whole thing is an absolute disaster. If you had concerns about this Amazon TV show here before you heard these quotes, well, I'm sure you're very concerned now. And it's just another example of showrunners, producers, what have you, having absolutely no respect for the source material they are adapting, having no respect for their investors, to be honest with you, because if this is the...
Okay, I actually kind of disagree with Rev right here. Because I think that their investors actually want this. I think that their investors actually want to push the DEI, want to push the bridge. I do. I think this is just in line with the investors. The investors only get pissed if it doesn't make money. But before that moment happens, they are 100% pushing the SJR narrative. 1,000 fucking percent. Like like all of this is by design. Okay, this is there as a very disturbed what detective would say. This is my design. This is their design. It is explicitly to push a DEI narrative. Like the whole thing, like this is evidence to the point where the CEO of BlackRock coming out and saying, well, DEI was a mistake, that the experiment failed. And I said when Larry Fink came out and said they pushed it too hard, I flat out said, don't think that this is going away. Don't think that they're not going to try and pivot some way and come at it from a different direction. DEI is not going away. It is not. If you think it is, I mean this with love, you're an idiot. If you think DEI is going away, the only way DEI is going to go away is if people on the other side of it start making vastly more successful stuff and the studios pushing DEI go bankrupt and shut down. That legit is the only way it's going to stop DEI. They're never going to do it of their own accord. They're already losing hundreds of billions with a B. Okay, bear in mind, all of these DEI initiatives in all of these franchises and all of these studios, both entertainment and gaming, have lost billions of dollars trying to push DEI narratives. If losing billions of dollars has not caused these studios, both entertainment and gaming, to go, gee, maybe this isn't a good idea and we should make something else. If it hasn't caused them to do that yet, they're never going to stop. And the only thing that will stop them is bankruptcy and them getting shut down because they literally run out of money. It will not stop. It never will stop. And the only counter to it is for independent studios, independent game developers to basically do their own thing. This is the time of the indie studios and the indie developers. This is the time. We will see them rise because the mainstream ones are neck deep in bridge and DEI. That's all they're going to do. They are not going to stop. They're just going to try and pivot and go at it a different direction, which we will all recognize instantaneously because they're continuing to get funding by billionaires. And so they're going to keep pushing this over and over and over again. Yeah, Iron Lung being the perfect example, all of the indie games that have been massively successful that didn't have the DEI bullshit into it. This is their time. That we're seeing so much success with these indies that are making their stuff for the love of the game, and they're successful for it. It's literally as simple as that. So if you think this is going away, even after Larry Fink came out and said, well, we may have pushed a little bit too hard on this. If you think it's going away, I'm sorry, you need to get checked. Because it's not. It's never going to go away until these studios literally run out of money and had zero option other than shutting down and just slithering back into the slime pool that they came from.
Plan for this Mass Effect TV show, it is going to bomb. It is going to bomb. It's easy to see this stuff coming. People act like you are some loon for making an assumption about a project like this so soon based on one quote, but it happens over and over again. Oftentimes with these failed adaptations, the writing is on the wall before it even comes out. You hear one quote like this, and if you have some common sense, you can already see the path that's unveiling itself. This is going to be a problem. Unless they come out and say, whoa, 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 this quote was a mistake, we meant something else. Maybe they got a chance, but that's not going to happen. Let's be real. This is the direction they're going with this, and that is extremely concerning. A
Oh
red
yeah.
flag, to say the least. But you know what? You get what you deserve. If you want to go this sort of a route, if you want to make these terrible decisions and commit to it, well, you get whatever.
No. Hold up. I have to call that out. Saying basically any gamer that watches it is a traitor to gaming. Now, vehemently disagree with that. On every level, I disagree that any gamer that watches it is a traitor to gaming. No, I don't accept that. Because anybody can watch whatever they want. If a gamer wants to watch this show when it comes out and they enjoy it, God bless them. Absolutely. I will never call a gamer a traitor for watching an adaptation that looks like it'll be riddled with DEI. I will not. The quote sounds like a war against gamers. No. You can call that whatever you want, but saying that a gamer that watches this upcoming series is a traitor, nope. Nope, very much disagree with you on that one. People can watch whatever the fuck they want. I will stand by that. People want to watch dog shit and enjoy it. They can watch dog shit and they can enjoy it. I will never impinge upon someone's freedom to be able to do that, ever. And neither should you.
Results that stems from it. And in this case, it's going to be a very disappointing set of results. Will it be a Starfleet Academy? Will it get around 40,000 views per episode? I hope it does better than that. I mean, the bar right now is pretty low. I still can't.
Yes! Oh god, did you guys hear that? Hang on, I'm gonna play that again. New information that I heard about today. Rev just mentioned it and I kind of like glossed over it just now. New information about the Star Trek Starfleet Academy series. Listen to this.
Results. Will it be a Starfleet Academy? Will it get around 40,000 views per episode? I hope it does better than that. I mean, the bar right now is pretty low. I still can't.
Yeah. It was low. And actually, I'm thinking, was it 40,000 or was it 400,000 total? Az was talking about this. I saw Az talking about this on Friday Night Tights. Trying to remember. It was a yeah, it was 40,000. Okay, it was 40,000 per. It was like 400,000 total. Like for the entirety of the Starfleet Academy season, they had a total for all 10 episodes of 400,000 viewers. Literally, YouTubers do better than that than the entire season of Starfleet Academy on one video. That is insane how bad it is. Absolutely fucking insane. Like literally, one of Drinker's videos, just one of Drinker's videos gets more views than the entire season of Starfleet Academy. Yeah. YouTubers are pulling in better views, making fun of Starfleet Academy than what Starfleet Academy actually got in viewership. And Necrotic, Aroma, and Morgan King Warlord, thank you both for the subs.
Believe those numbers myself, ladies and gentlemen, but Mass Effect, let's see what happens with this. It just doesn't look very good at the moment to anyone, being honest about this. But
no,
anyways,
not one of my
that's gonna do
videos.
it
I
for
can't do
today's
that
video.
well.
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Don't really say that enough. But anyways, feel free to comment about your thoughts regarding today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
This is gonna suck balls. And honestly, it's to a degree, it is heartbreaking. Given the source material, given what they could have done with the source material, and they just said, nah, we're just gonna fuck it up. That's honestly more heartbreaking than anything. How many views does this one have? Well, it's only been out for an hour, so it's only got 5,000 views, but it's literally only been out for an hour. So it's This is modern Hollywood. You can literally give them the perfect series to adapt to a show that would literally please everyone, and they'll fuck it up. That is literally Hollywood in a nutshell.